Alright, we're here at my grandfather's house. This is where I learned to garden. This is where my inspiration comes from. Let's take a peek back here at what he has going on. I'm out here helping him today. He just had a heart surgery and a couple of bypass and a aortic valve replacement. So pretty serious stuff. He's recovering. I'm gonna come over here and keep his garden up while he's in rehab and whatnot, and let's just check out what we need to harvest and work on out here in his garden that he's been probably growing out here for as long as I've been alive and as long as my mom's been alive. They've been in this house here for many years. And this garden, one more thing I will say is that he doesn't do the I guess traditional things like we would recommend these days as far as organic goes. We have heavy clay soil here, and he every year adds manure. Some people are against adding manure to the vegetable garden, but he adds manure every year, and as you can see, this stuff is just growing like crazy here. He says this year is one of his best years in growing vegetables. As you can see, he's got his tomatoes here coming along really nicely. Much better than my tomatoes, that's for sure. So he plows his garden. He tills it several times a year, and he'll buy whatever's on sale as far as fertilizer goes, organic or not. I've seen him use all kind of different things, but I've been out here since I was a little kid working in this garden every year. He's out here, and this garden has actually expanded several times throughout the years and pretty much is his whole backyard now. Alright, so let's just go see what he has real quick out here. You can see over here he's got some okra growing, just starting to grow. This here is actually turnip greens. They cut these back several times and eat the greens, and then later in the season they'll be able to eat the actual turnips. I'm not a big fan of turnip greens. They're quite bitter, but he loves them. He's had them over here all the time eating them. Then here you can see potato blooms. Potatoes are coming along quite nicely. They're just starting to die back here in the middle. As you can see right here, some of the foliage is starting to burn up. That's a sign that your potatoes are getting ready to dig up at full size. You of course can dig up potatoes anytime, just get smaller potatoes. Here he's got a big squash plant. Let's come in here and see what he's got. Got quite a bit of blooms. A lot of squash on the vine. So hopefully they'll grow to full size before they rot off. His onions, they're looking pretty good. They're not too bad here, you can see. Once again, he also is having a problem with the onions bulbing because of our crazy weather we've had. You can see he has, the onions are not very large in the ground. He usually has great success with the onions, but they're coming along as good as it can be for this time of this year. Here we got some pepper plants. No peppers on them yet, so we'll see what happens with those. Coming around this side, a whole bunch of potatoes, more onions. I think I'm gonna go ahead and dig up all these onions for him. You can see they've all fallen over. I'll pull one up here. There it is. Nice onion. These are ready to definitely to pull, so I'll pull all these onions for him. I may dig up a few rows of potatoes and see what it looks like underneath. Here's all of his tomatoes. You can see here he's got a ton of tomatoes growing. And the plants are just loaded with tomatoes everywhere. I mean, these are just covered in tomatoes. Quite amazing. I'm not sure what variety he has growing, but This plant here, oh, he doesn't even have a stake on it. It's fallen over. That's why that one's all spread out there. Got some more squash plant here growing. This looks like some kind of bean plant. I don't see any beans on them yet. You can see the where the beans would be growing right there. I don't see any beans. He's got a nice row of tomatoes, quite amazing. Come over here. These are some. This is a cucumber. It's got a lot of blooms. No cucumbers just yet. Come over this way. Some more turnip greens growing, younger turnip greens. He's got some, looks like broccoli. Some kind of cold crop. It's way too late for any kind of broccoli or anything like that to be growing. Over here on this row, you can see he's got he grew these from seed. I remember him telling me. And he's got a row of younger tomato plants. If these survive through the summer heat, that'd be great for a fall crop of tomatoes. You can just see all the tomatoes are just loaded here. It's quite amazing. All the tomatoes here. Come on down this way. Looks like he has a few carrots growing. Here, you can see the carrot in the ground. So, then over here, got some sugar snap peas. I missed a few. We're gonna pick the rest of these here. These are the same seeds that I gave him from Baker Creek Seeds. Actually, I had a ton of those seeds, and they're actually snow peas, not sugar snap. Here's another squash plant. Look at all these squash in here. This looks just amazing, all the squash growing in here. Too small yet to harvest, but wow, he's gonna have a lot of squash, and the plants are just huge. Look at all these sugar snap peas he's got. We're gonna start picking these. We got several vines growing along here, so we got a lot of picking to do on the. These are the same seeds that I gave him that I got growing in my garden here, so we'll start picking those. Here's his fertilizer he uses. You can see this is a not organic fertilizer, and he uses this 7 Dust as well in his garden, as well as some of this Miracle product.
I won't be able to do that.
We gotta learn how to do this, okay? You're supposed to tie them like that so they hang, so they get air. Like that.
I didn't even see onions being mixed right there.
Well, I don't know. That's rotten, man.
Yeah, that one's rotten. Throw that one away. These are already falling over, so they're as big as they're gonna get. Here.
Yeah, that's what I saw out there.
Yeah, I guess you can tie those.
See a bunch of them.
That's rotten too. Here, this is rotten too. Okay.
I've never seen his onions do that unless they're really dry.
Well, it's because you gotta pick them.
It's the weather this year. He's got these 2 pecan trees that have been huge here, and he uses these 2 pecan trees every year to string up his onions like we just did here for him. And we'll let them dry out there and then trim off the tops of the onions. And he's got some more, but they're not quite ready to pick out of the garden just yet. All right, let's see. Here's Uncle Dwayne. He's gonna dig up some of these starting to die plants here. We'll see. This old fork works.
Well, damn, this ground is hard. Oh yeah, we got some potatoes. Here. Whoa! What the shit? Snake? Something's in the damn.
Oh, no snakes out there.
Well, there's something moving down here.
You're hallucinating.
Here, Brenda, hurry up. Right here. Well, we got a potato plant that went 500 yards down in the ground. Okay.
Yeah, come right into this one right here.
What is this, okra?
And some hard soil, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Guy. The Wayne's out there pulling up potatoes.
Okay. In 1932, this is how we do potatoes. And all you Americans better learn how to do this because we're fixing to have no food in America, okay?
Wayne, that's probably plenty.
Here, do one more right here. We'll get this one here. Look at that one.
God,
Did y'all see
this is loaded.
squash that needs to be cut? There's one. That one is on the ground.
Which one?
Maybe this one. This one looks ready right here.
Right there.
Yeah, right here.
I'm glad we're finally gonna have squash this year.
Pull it up.
Man, look at that. Thing's loaded.
Glenn, see that plant right there by
Yeah.
the squash?
Well, this one's dead. It's got to come. If they're dead, Brenda, you ain't got a choice. They got to come.
Ain't nothing in that plant.
They made 3 potatoes. But, see, there's potatoes down in there. You always gotta, there's another potato, see? You gotta dig around the soil. Okay, and now 1, 2, 3. Ha! Okay. Now this is how Farmer Bill used to do in 1962.
Glenn, they're not big enough yet.
This one's dead. When they're dead, Brenda, they're not going to do anymore. When they fell over. Okay. Oh, we hit the jackpot. 550 potatoes right here. All good potatoes. You can make French fries out of them. They're the most healthiest thing, better than McDonald's in the world. Oh, please don't put that on video because I don't want to hear from McDonald's.
What you got there, Dwayne?
These are turnip greens, and they're good. They got a lot of potassium and iron. Please eat them right out of the garden.
I'm gonna cook them.
They make turnips on the bottoms, but they're still making, so we're not going to pull the turnip up, okay? The turnip is white, and it's full of vitamin B. If you ever been to the doctor and got a vitamin B shot, this is a free vitamin B shot.
Because there's something tomato
What
plant.
that's potatoes. That ain't no turnips.
No, go further back the other way.
Backwards.
Here's some right here. What's this?
There's a few.
Oh, there's a few there.
Yeah, they need to come on. They're gonna be so tough.
Those may be too tough.
Oh
aren't
no,
they?
those are good. Those can be good. Nice and bitter.
You don't have to, Brenda. If you pressure cook them,
I
they'll come.
never have. I've cooked them. I eat them up. I love turnip greens.
Now the thing is, you want to be real careful and not catch your finger. If you catch your finger, then you have human blood on there. Most nutritious thing in the world.
Hey, Brandon. Dad, I'm bringing you fresh turnip greens to eat. That'll get your appetite
let
back.
me tell you, a gardener's best friend is Copenhagen. It will keep all the insects away. Just a chaw in the mouth and a spit.
Lame. I think you got all of them.
Well, here's more. You need them all cut?
Yeah.
All right, one more thing I wanted to show y'all. This is what he used to make his rows and to plow the garden. This thing is old as you can imagine. This thing's been around forever. You can buy these still actually, but this is what he goes in between his rows and keeps the weeds cleared and, you know, loosens the soil, and how he makes his rows every year in his garden after he tills it. So here's a step back in time to how my grandfather gets his garden prepared. You can see on here they actually have different attachments on the and he has this one here attached to it, but they have different ones you can attach to the plow. And this is how he waters his garden. Nothing high-tech, no drip system, nothing fancy, old-fashioned. You know, back in the day, they didn't have all these gadgets and gazmos. He just uses this simple old thing here and waters the garden. Alright, we're out here in the kitchen. See our potatoes, we washed them up. They're going to cook these tonight. Got some green tomatoes they picked that were falling off the, sitting on the ground so they don't rot. Birds eat a lot of their tomatoes here, and then we got some squash.
Okay, Brenda, you may show them how you cut a potato?
So these are
Here,
pretty
you
good
may
looking.
cut 'em out.
What are you doing over here?
We're going to cut the potato. Boom, Daddy.
And that's Uncle Dwayne. So this generation grew up when they started using these and promoting these synthetic fertilizers and Miracle products, and as you can see, they do work just fine. So I know there's a lot of people out there that probably watch my channel and use these Miracle products, and there's nothing quite wrong with them. You will get a produce, but you may have to in certain soils like ours here locally to be more successful, as you can see here. But you know, times have changed, and now people are using more, going back to the old method before the chemical fertilizers came out. And you know, he grew up on a farm in East Texas, and they had a large farm where they grew tomatoes and whatnot out there. So then he moved down here to Dallas and started his family, and as you can see, you've met my uncle and my mom. Quite hilarious. So thanks for watching. There's just a look at my grandfather's vegetable garden here